Let's get comfy news. You want some? You want some? Not? This is like my prime like comfy spot, you know? If I'm here, I'm ready to talk about something like pretty fun, pretty intense, and just like... Yeah, why? What happened? You judging me? You judging me for not having made a video in a while? I know, same. So in this video, I'm going to share with you guys how I achieved a smaller face through aesthetic procedures, basically with jaw Botox and something called Ultherapy, which I'll explain to you in a bit. I'm going to be sharing like the pain, the process, the experience, the downtime, recovery, just the price, everything that you possibly want to know and I remember to tell you. So let's get started. So for the past few months, I've actually been working with an aesthetic clinic and we have been trying like various aesthetic procedures that I would like to try on myself. And my biggest insecurity ever since I was very young actually is the size of my jaw. Because my jaw is squarish and because I do talk a lot, eat a lot, and my jaw muscles are very prominent, so they have the tendency to kind of like flank up and then look a little bit more bulky than the rest of my face, especially because like my forehead's kind of small, my eyes used to be small. Well, you can argue that they're still small now, so yeah, it was always like a matter of balance and proportion for me. So yeah, I'm just gonna share my experience because I feel like it's something so subtle but has helped with my confidence like a lot. So the experience that I'll be talking about mainly draws from my experience from this most recent one, which was, I want to say in October or November of 2020 at Radium Medical. It's a clinic in Suntec. Highly recommend. They're very cool and very professional and it just feels quite luxe. So after I got my double eyelid surgery when I was like 20, yeah, I just knew that I wanted to do something about my jaw. I wanted to get, you know what, oh my god, those like jaw shaving things. It's very popular in Korea, but I also didn't know if I needed something so drastic to change the shape of my face. And so I was introduced to the idea of jaw Botox like through research, and I was like, you know what, maybe I should try this first and see if like it already gives me the effect that I want before I do something so invasive, because jaw shaving is like really intense and invasive and it takes a very long downtime. My first time getting it done was in, I think like 2019, like January 2019, and it was great. Like it helped a lot, the effect was great, and the doctor then did say that like because my masseter, I don't know if it's correct, my jaw muscles basically, I think it's called masseter, it's very broad, it's very prominent. So what Botox basically is like toxins, like neurotoxins, I think. Oh my god, I could be so wrong about all of this, no, I'll fact check myself lah. But basically it's a toxin that kind of paralyzes your muscle and it recedes it because it atrophies. Because it's paralyzed, it cannot be like used and utilized as much. And there were no bad side effects. Like there was no bruising for me, there was no like pain in my jaw, even just a little bit of like, you know, post-injection swollen kind of like feeling, and then it just went down and the effects were so good. And it's so affordable compared to like jaw shaving and everything else, and it's also non-permanent. So I was like, oh my god, this is actually like quite a good idea, right? So I got it done again, I think in July that year. So I got it done in January and July, and that's usually when you should kind of get it done. Like jaw Botox, it should be like within like half a year to a year. You shouldn't get it done like too close to itself, because then there would be not much of an effect, and it's expensive like, you know, to do it like and then have no effect. So yeah, after that July 2019, I just didn't get it done until very recently in November 2020. And so all of the footage you'll see from here for the Ultherapy one as well, and the jaw Botox, and my experience, my recovery, my price is all Radium. So I don't know any other clinic. I think you have to go for a consultation to probably ask, or you know, you can call and stuff. But I like Radium, I'm sticking with Radium, so I'm just gonna like share with you guys about my experience at Radium. So let me tell you guys what Ultherapy is, because I know I keep like mentioning it and I'm like, I'll tell you later. I'm gonna read from the Ultherapy site because I don't want to get this wrong. So Ultherapy is a FDA cleared non-invasive skin tightening treatment using ultrasound energy to stimulate the production of collagen. So what it does basically, besides stimulating collagen, is also to tighten and firm up the skin. And this was something that was recommended to me because they were like, okay, you want to get jaw Botox, right? But if it recedes, you'll have like sagging skin, and in general It's very embarrassing. I do this a lot. I don't really like, you know, tighten my face or whatever. I don't care about it. So like, I do have like a softer chin line, I guess, like more skin here. And so I needed like the treatment to be able to tighten it up and firm it up so that the effect will be even better. And so I got them done both at the same time. I got Ultherapy done first and then jaw Botox. Yeah. So the first time I got my jaw Botox, by the way, I also had HIFU done, which means high intensity focused ultrasound. Ultherapy is a brand of the HIFU machine, which basically is the technology. So I don't know if I got Ultherapy then or if I got like another brand's one. So basically jaw Botox will reduce the size of the muscle in your jaw, and then HIFU or Ultherapy will kind of tighten up the skin area to make it look even more defined and sharper. So that's how I kind of understand the process, and of course you can do either or, but just letting y'all know that I did both in conjunction and the results are really like quite obvious. And the thing that I like about Radium is that every time you go in, they do take photos of you at like different angles, up, you know, forward, sides, down, and you are able to see the changes in your skin, in your texture, in the shape of your face, and just in general, like all the procedures that you do, you can see a clear difference because they also give you like a little software that can kind of like track. As you can see, it's quite a big difference. If you look at the timestamp of the photos that were taken, right, it's actually been only like 5/6 months max. And the reason why I waited to make this video is so that you guys can kind of see the full cycle of how the experience works. Okay, so let me walk you through the experience now. I have some like footage to show you guys also, so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. So I got my Ultherapy done first before my jaw Botox, but both on the same day, same session at Radium, and I was briefed, okay, that Ultherapy was gonna hurt. And the thing is, like, I have done the freaking HIFU thing before, and it did hurt a lot also. But for some reason, like, you know how when you get good results or whatever, then you just like forget about the pain. Like, it's kind of like childbirth, right? Like, your child comes out, then you forget about how like painful childbirth was. So that was kind of like how I felt about it, okay? So I went in and I didn't expect it to hurt so much because they put you in like numbing cream, right? So they cleanse your face, they do everything nice, they prep you, and then you put on numbing cream and you kind of sit there for a while, you know, for it to set in. And I only had Ultherapy done on the bottom half of my face. So I was like, you know what? This will be fine. Oh, you know what? Some people can take it. Some people can take like Ultherapy without nerve blockers, but I have a high pain tolerance and I needed the nerve blockers. It's painful. It's fucking pain, you guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for y'all, okay? Y'all need to know what to expect going in. It hurts. It's a very painful process. It feels like someone took all of their fingers and like snapped you at the same time. Like it feels painful. I can't even like really describe to you the pain now because it has been a while. And again, even though I'm telling you guys it hurts, I still want to get it done again the next time because I'm like, well, it worked out so well. And the thing is, I don't know how I would look or if the effects would be as good if I didn't get it done and I only got the jaw Botox. Because like I said, I've never only gotten the jaw Botox done before. So just be prepared that it hurts. Okay, so my doctor, Dr. Gunn, she kind of like mapped out the areas. So she kind of drew lines like this, like that. So it's like 50 shots here, like 25 shots here, 25 shots here, that kind of thing. Basically, it's a machine that kind of looks like, you know, one of those like IPL removal devices. Like it has the light, has the laser, it's ultrasound, right? So it's like just a bulky thing. And she kind of like presses a spot against your face. And honestly, you don't want to look at it. Like you know, like with laser treatments, you don't just like look directly at the laser. So you just kind of look away and it just kind of like beep, beep, beep. The sound is kind of like and it's like oh my god. It hurts, you know? I'm not gonna lie, like the whole time, right, I was lying there, okay, the assistants was like blowing cold air, I had stress balls, like I had someone like patting me on the hair and on the shoulder, which helped, by the way. I'm just a baby, I like to be like, you know, sayanged. Without the numbing, everything, like just the scanning of the thing, maybe it was like 45 minutes to an hour, and then with everything it was maybe like 2.5 hours just for like cleansing, numbing, resting, that kind of thing. And I do have quite sensitive skin, so I feel like maybe that's why it hurts so much for me, because like even though I have a high pain tolerance, I have very sensitive thin skin, and so maybe it just hurts me more, you know? I don't know. I really want to know this. Anyone else who gets it done or has ever gotten it done, can y'all please tell me if it hurts as much for y'all also? Cause like, it really freaking hurts. Like, to the point that afterwards I was like, I would rather have a fat face. Like, I don't want to put myself through this again. But then now like I forgot the pain and I want to get it done again. It's a tough choice, it's a dilemma, you know? I feel like Dr. Gunn did a very good job of like kind of explaining how the process works and like how many shots, and she showed me like on the screen like, okay, if you can see like this is how many shots, like we've kind of like mapped it out, and it targets a very specific area of your skin, and so it leaves like the rest of your skin untouched, and there's no downtime at all. There's no needle mark, there's no scars for Ultherapy, but you do feel like a some kind of feeling like in your jaw. Like you feel like your jaw is like very tired, and it takes I think like 1 to 2 days for it to kind of like subside. So like my jawline here looks better than how it did previously, if that makes sense. It could also be with the jaw Botox. So right after I had Ultherapy, I had jaw Botox, and that was a freaking walk in the park because I had nerve blockers and I had a numbing cream, and because Ultherapy hurt so much, I was like, just fucking poke me. And so they kind of like press to see how big your muscle is, and they kind of like map it out with, you know, one of their facial surgery markers, I guess. They kind of map it out, and then they attack like in like a triangular point the injection sites, like where to, you know, inject the Botox into, and then you just do it. It's a very fine needle. It really didn't hurt at all. The previous times I've gotten it done, I didn't use like nerve blockers, I think, and that was fine as well. It's just like a little ant bite. Then it's like very fast, like a minute, less than a minute. It was like not an issue at all. Okay, I'll show you guys some photos of how my jaw looked like a day after how I got it done. As you can see, there is still some swelling, and it looks like my face is a little like uneven, but in general it's not too bad lah. Like you can still go out in it and everything's fine. Like the swelling does take a while to go down, I would say like a few days, but it's not something where you feel like you cannot leave the house to like go grocery shopping or whatever, because the texture on your surface of your skin is still fine. It's just a bit of swelling, and honestly if we're all wearing masks now, like you cannot tell that like something is different with your face, because I did get it done on the lower half of my face. So that is how it looks. And then, let me see if I think I took a photo of the bill. Let me look for it. For Ultherapy, for the lower face jawline area for skin lifting, it was 1788. And then for the jaw Botox, it's called botulinum toxin facial slimming, it was 798. I think longevity wise, like, it's doing pretty well so far. I'm recording this in like March, like is it 15th March? 14, living in the future. My face still is definitely smaller than it used to be, and from the before and after photos you can see it's quite a dramatic difference. I literally look like I have a slightly different bone structure, which is crazy. I never knew that I could have my face be exactly kind of the size that I wanted it to be, like more proportionate and slimmer, without having to do something as invasive or as like drastic as like a jaw shaving kind of surgery. I know that it might be a little bit more pricey than maybe some of you guys have expected, especially for like Ultherapy, but I still feel like it's worth it because jaw shaving would have been like maybe 10k and up, and it's very invasive and there are a lot of risks and there's a lot of downtime. So to me, like, this is a very good like maintenance kind of thing that isn't even like too frequent, because you know it's been like 5-6 months and I'm still getting like pretty good results from it. And from what I've heard, the longer that you continue to do it, the more your face is kind of like beaten into submission, you know, like it stays better. Botox lasts for longer, like the more that you keep doing. And it's very interesting because I thought it would be the opposite. I thought that your skin would be too hardy and kind of like used to it and you would need more and more. But when I ask the doctors, they do say that like the longer you use it, the more your skin is kind of used to being like a certain way, like your muscles are used to being a little bit more reduced, and then it just kind of stays there for longer. So yeah, it also helps with people who clench or grind their teeth at night, like who clench their jaw and they have like a lot of jaw pain. So I actually know someone who told me that she had jaw pains for like 2, 3, 4 years. And then finally, like, her physio was like, maybe you want to look at, you know, getting your Botox, because it basically paralyzes the muscles so that she won't do that to herself at night and she doesn't know. So yeah, that's like a nervous tick that I have also, which is why my jaw muscles like became so broad over time, because I'm always clenching my jaw, and even at night when I wake up and my jaw is clenched, I'm like, why do you do this to yourself? So basically, yeah, that's my experience with jaw Botox and Ultherapy. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you're interested in getting these procedures done, do go and ask professionals. Ask your doctor, ask your medical clinics, ask your aesthetic clinics, because they'll be able to kind of give a better answer based on how your skin is like, because it might be different from mine, and what kind of like an effect you're looking for. So yeah, that's how I got a smaller face. I'm very happy, okay? No regrets. And yeah, if you guys have any other questions, you can kind of drop them down below. But thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel down below, and I will see you guys soon, I guess. Bye! Hope you don't mind the hiatus. I have been gone for a while and I just feel like I needed to take a break. But today I'm very excited because I always say that. Yeah, I'm like super excited because... Excuse me. What's going on? What happened? What do you need? Huh?